Hi guys, Abby here from Buttercross Estates. I hope you're all doing okay. So I'm here today at one of our rental properties, although this wasn't quite the plan for today. I was hoping to be able to go and do a video outside of our investment of the week, but sadly, having looked at the market, there are no investments of the week that I would want to put forward to you, or they're either just not in a great area or too much for what needs doing, or just plain too much. So this brings me here to today, which is this property that we have on Johnson's Road that we have recently let. Now, the reason why I wanted to have a chat with you about this one is we just had a lot of demand for it. Fernwood is a bit marmitey and you aren't going to please everybody, but we did find that for the amount of inquiries you usually get, this was definitely more than we had done for the other property that we had on Goldstraw Lane. Now, the only real difference between the two is this one allows pets, and we got a lot of interest from families with pets, which I think is fair enough. You know, a lot of families now do have pets, and you will often find if a property like this, which is a family home, they're going to ask for it. So if you can, I definitely recommend that you look into it, or at least try to consider them, because you'll have a lot more choices. So this landlord ended up with 4 application requests. So I sort of went through them all, and she decided the couple that she'd like to pop through, and the lucky tenants that are now moving into this property later on in the month have actually got pets. So it's worked really well for them, and I'm ever so pleased for the landlady. Now, this property is outside, or I say this one, these types of properties, sorry, so 4-bedroom townhouses in Fernwood are more than what I would usually discuss with yourselves. So usually I wouldn't go any higher than 180, because the higher you get, the lower your return is. So it is a bit of a balancing act, and it's a fine line, and if it is the right house, sometimes it is worth it. But in particular, like I say, these are a little bit more. So I've had a look for you. So there were 3 that sort of caught my eye at the moment that are similar to this. Some are varying layouts, but general gist is 4 bedrooms, townhouse with a garage. So there's one on for 190, one on for 195, and one on for 220. So I'm going to base the yield on as if it was the 190 one, because we'll just go with the lowest. So if you were to obtain one of these for £190,000 and then rent it out for 825, you know, we could always push it for more if you really wanted to, but I recommend sticking around that figure, then you'd be looking at a return of 5.4%. Now, golden number we tend to go for is 6 or more. However, there is something really worth its weight in gold even, is if you get the right house and you get it for the right money, because if you then choose the right one, you will get good tenants in and they will last there for a while. So that is why I say it's worth its weight in gold, because it's all right getting a house slightly less, but if you have a high turnaround of tenants, then you get more void periods, and it ends up costing you more money in the long run. So these are family homes. So with that in mind, there's a good chance they're going to stay for a while. These properties in particular on Fernwood have got good access to the schools, and are the only ones, I believe anyway, that are within the catchment area to be in Fernwood schools. So if you have a tenant that moves into one of these with kids, there's a good chance they're going to stay for potentially the entire time their children are at school. So that's a nice long-term tenant that will look after your home, fingers crossed, that's the plan, and pay their rent on time, and they will be here for some time. So based on those 3 that I mentioned, so 190, 195 and 220, if I'm honest, I'm not sure why the one that's on for 220 is on for 220. It's been on since April with purple bricks. It is lovely, don't get me wrong. It's very much similar to this property in that it's got a garage on the outside as opposed to having one integrated. The one in the middle for 195 is integrated. Now, with that in mind, that then means you get less living space, which is why I can see why it has been on since January, because they're asking more money than what it would cost for a 4-bedroom with an external garage as opposed to one that's integral, because you're asking more money but for less space. So I get that. The one though that's on for 190, it is lovely and it's got a good layout, but it is wallpapered everywhere. Nothing wrong with wallpaper. I love a good feature wall. I'm not knocking it at all. But when you're trying to appeal to a lot of people, you want to try and either keep it pretty neutral, or by all means make it feel homey, but go with like a wall of wallpaper in a room and then 3 walls of paint rather than all of them, because it's just going to be too much like hard work for you to get that let out. And if you don't want tenants to be decorating, that's not going to work. And not to mention, not all tenants want to decorate. So, you know, you may well lose a tenant over that, which just seems like a bit of a shame really. So yes, I just thought, like I say, just thought I'd have a bit of a chat with you all about it, just a bit of a quick one. If you see anything that comes up, I would definitely say consider it, because I think it could be a really good one, and if it goes half as well as this one has, then fantastic. 11 days from start to finish this one went from, so advertised on the 18th out to our mailing list, and then the following 2 days it went on the market and then Rightmove. 4 viewings, 4 applications, and yeah, like I say, by the 31st of May we were all let and done. So really great for the landlord, and it just shows that the demand is very much out there. So if you like any investment advice, or just have any questions about renting in general, by all means do give us a call on 01636 343 014, and we will certainly do what we can to help. All right, take care of yourselves. Bye.